My sister planned her wedding on my wedding anniversary. No, not a similar date, the exact same date. And when I brought it up, she had the audacity to ask me to change my anniversary celebration. So I skipped her wedding. The family is calling me a jerk, but Reddit, I need your unbiased opinion. Am I the jerk for not attending my sister's wedding? My husband Mark and I have been married for 5 years now, and the story of how we met is a bit of a cliché, but it's our cliché. We met at a coffee shop on a rainy Tuesday. I was trying to finish a paper for a college class, and he was sketching in a notebook. He dropped his pen, and as I picked it up to give it back to him, our hands brushed. We both laughed and ended up talking for hours. That day, November 15th, became our day, our anniversary. It's not just a date on a calendar, it's a part of our story. Every year, without fail, we have a tradition. We go back to that same coffee shop, order the same drinks we had that first day, and just sit and talk for hours, just like we did 5 years ago. We don't do anything big or fancy. It's just a quiet, sacred day that's only for us. This year, for our 5th anniversary, we were planning something special, a weekend getaway to a cabin we'd rented a few months in advance. It was going to be perfect. Then my sister, Jessica, came into the picture. Jessica has always been a bit of a showstopper. She's the kind of person who needs to be the center of attention, always. When we were kids, if I got a new toy, she had to have the bigger, better version. If I got a good grade on a test, she had to get a perfect score and tell the whole family about it. I learned to just let her have her moments. I'm a pretty easygoing person, so I just let it go. We're sisters and I love her, but she's always had this little competitive streak with me. I always hoped it was something she would grow out of. Spoiler alert, she didn't. Our entire relationship was a series of Jessica trying to outdo me. When I graduated from college with honors, my parents threw a modest graduation party for me at our house. 2 weeks later, Jessica, who had just finished her first year of community college, threw an extravagant end-of-the-school-year party at a local event space, complete with a DJ and a photo booth. She told everyone it was just a little celebration, but it was clearly a way to steal the spotlight. When I got my first big promotion, she announced at the family dinner that she had just won a promotion at her part-time job, even though she was still a cashier. It was always like that. Anytime I had a moment, big or small, she found a way to make it about her. About 6 months ago, Jessica called me, bubbling with excitement. She and her fiancé Jake were finally getting married. I was thrilled for her. We'd talked about her wedding for years, dreaming about her future dress and the reception. I was her maid of honor, and I was so ready to help her with everything. We spent weeks looking at venues, talking to florists, and tasting cakes. It was all a little chaotic, as wedding planning tends to be, but it was fun. One night, we were looking at some venues, and she said she had found the one. She pulled out her phone and showed me a picture of this gorgeous rustic venue with a big barn and twinkle lights everywhere. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh, Jess, it's perfect, I said, my voice full of genuine excitement. What day are they open? She smiled, a wide, triumphant grin. They had 1 slot left. We booked it for November 15th. My heart stopped. The date, it was like a record scratch in my head. I looked at the date on her phone, then at her face. The grin was still there. She knew what day that was. Of course she knew. It's a running joke in our family that Mark and I are so obsessed with our anniversary that we've practically made it a holiday. November 15th? I repeated, my voice a little shaky. Jess, that's my anniversary. Her smile didn't waver. I know! Isn't that crazy? It was the only date they had available. It's like it was meant to be. But our anniversary, I said, trying to process what was happening. We have plans. We have a trip to a cabin booked for that weekend. She waved her hand dismissively. Oh, that's no big deal. You guys can just move it. It's just 1 day. My wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I was stunned. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't just a random date. It was our date. It was a date she knew was special to us. And not only did she book her wedding on it, she was now asking me to just move our anniversary celebration. It was so completely inconsiderate and selfish. I felt a knot form in my stomach. For the next few weeks, I tried to brush it off. Maybe she didn't mean it. Maybe it was an honest mistake and she'd find another date. But every time I brought it up, she would get defensive. Why are you making this such a big deal, Sarah? This is my day, my wedding day. I finally decided to talk to our parents. I thought they would see how ridiculous this was. I was wrong. I called my mom first, and after I explained everything, there was a long pause on the other end of the line. "Honey, I know it's your anniversary, but it's Jessica's wedding," my mom said, her voice soft but firm. "You can celebrate your anniversary anytime. This is her big day. Please don't cause a scene." My dad's reaction was even worse. He called me later that evening telling me I was being a drama queen and that I needed to put family first. He said that my stubbornness was going to ruin Jessica's wedding and I should be ashamed of myself for making it all about me. I hung up the phone feeling completely deflated. The two people I thought would have my back had just thrown me under the bus. It wasn't just about the date anymore. It was about respect. It was about them choosing Jessica's grand event over our quiet, meaningful tradition. Mark was furious. He couldn't believe the way my family was treating me. "This isn't about the cabin trip, Sarah," he said one night as we were lying in bed. "This is about them disrespecting our relationship." Your anniversary isn't just a date you can reschedule like a dentist appointment. It's the day we started our life together. It's a day we celebrate us. They're asking you to put her celebration above that, and that's not okay. His words hit home. He was right. It wasn't a scheduling conflict, it was a values conflict. I had to choose. I could either cave to the pressure, attend the wedding and pretend like everything was fine, sacrificing a date that meant the world to us and validating my family's entitled behavior. Or I could stand my ground. The day of the wedding loomed closer. I stopped taking my mom's calls. I muted the family group chat. Jessica sent me a series of increasingly angry text messages, ranging from passive-aggressive, "I can't believe my own sister isn't supporting me," to flat-out insults calling me petty and jealous. I didn't respond to any of them. The silence was deafening. A week before the wedding, I sent a simple text to my family. "Mark and I will not be able to attend the wedding. We are celebrating our 5-year anniversary. We wish Jessica and Jake the best." The floodgates opened. My mom called me crying, saying I was breaking her heart. My dad sent me a furious email saying he was disappointed in me. Jessica called and screamed at me, accusing me of trying to steal her thunder and make her wedding day miserable. She even said that I was breaking her heart. This was her big day, and she felt like I was ruining it. Her entitlement was astonishing. She was trying to guilt me into doing what she wanted, but after everything, I just couldn't. I couldn't betray myself and my husband to make her happy. The morning of November 15th, I woke up feeling a strange mix of relief and sadness. I was sad that my family was so divided, but I felt a sense of peace knowing I hadn't caved. Mark and I had a wonderful day. We went back to our coffee shop, talked for hours, and then we went to our cabin. We turned off our phones and spent the weekend hiking, cooking, and just being with each other. It was exactly what we needed. It felt like we were celebrating not just 5 years of marriage, but also our strength as a couple. We had each other's backs, even when my family didn't. When we got back, the entire family was still furious. They ignored my messages, and my mom only spoke to me in clipped sentences. It was awful. So I did what any millennial would do when faced with a family crisis. I went to Reddit. I posted my story on the AITA subreddit using a throwaway account and waited for the internet to give me its verdict. The post blew up. The comments section was a firestorm, but it was a firestorm of support. My notification feed was a sea of NTA and "Your sister is the walking definition of entitlement." One comment that really stuck with me said, "Your anniversary is a promise to your husband. Your sister's wedding is a party. You chose your promise over a party, and that's the right choice. She's gaslighting you and your parents are enabling her." Another user wrote, "This isn't about a date. It's about respect. Your sister showed zero respect for you, and now she's mad that you're not showing up to celebrate her disrespect. You are 100% not the asshole." The comments weren't just about me being right. They were about the dynamics of family. They were about how people can be so wrapped up in their own lives that they completely disregard the feelings of others. They were about setting boundaries and refusing to be walked all over. And seeing so many people agree with me was validating. It was the confirmation I needed to stand my ground. I still haven't spoken to Jessica since her wedding, and the family is still giving me the cold shoulder. The whole thing is a mess. I didn't want it to be this way, but I also know that I couldn't have done anything differently. I couldn't sacrifice my relationship with my husband just to make my sister happy. So, Reddit, I'm asking you one more time, just to be sure. Am I the Jess? The clear verdict from the Reddit community was a resounding NTA. They agreed that I was completely justified in my decision and that my sister was being the ultimate entitled one. I'm glad I stood my ground, and even though my relationship with my family is strained, I know that Mark and I are stronger for it.